Peace. So I'm making this particular video to talk about a few things that I keep seeing roll up my that I keep seeing as I scroll up my timeline. The Oregon 150 people taking over the building, or 150 white people. Let me get that straight. White men with guns, militia, taking over the Oregon federal building. The Lone Star RBG drama, and obviously, Bill Cosby, and the 50 women who accused him of rape over the past 30 years. So, ultimately, I'm gonna start with the Bill Cosby situation because I did a video yesterday about this. It was kind of long, but first off, if he is guilty, then he needs to be hung or he needs to be handled. If he's guilty, and how do we prove if he's guilty? Are we going to just base it off the accusations of these 50 women? If we do not remember, Michael Jackson was also accused of a lot of things, and I'm not sure exactly how things transpired after he was charged with certain things. A lot of black people get charged with certain things. We not necessarily know if they're true or they're false. Back in the early 1900s, they would say a black man was whistling at a woman or looking at a white woman, and they would kill him and put him in jail for the rest of his life, murder him off. Some people may not say that has anything to do with any of this, and that's what you believe. Ultimately, rape, molestation, and a lot of these things that we encounter here in America or in this westernized civilization is the shit that they colonized us with. They colonized us with this information. They colonized us with all this shit. They beat us upside our head. They raped our women. They took our children away from us. They molested the men, the women, and everybody in between. They used babies for alligator bait. They did a lot of negative things that they put on us and in us to make us do, or say not make us do, but things that we have learned that we have not unlearned or even learned how to heal from. Now, none of us were born in the 60s or 70s, and I've had a lot of conversations with older people that were around that age. Now, I don't have a lot of older women that I could talk to. I could talk to as my dad and a few other older gentlemen that are like in the community who reformed their life, that lived around them times. And they know the 60s and the 70s and the 80s were really, party time. People did all kinds of drugs. People did all kinds of crazy shit. Nonetheless, like I said, if he raped those women, then he needs to be, held accountable for his actions. And like I said, if you're going to hold him accountable for that, then we should also look into all those other cases that have, Trayvon Martin and Emmett Till and, slavery, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and a bunch of other things that have happened to black people in history in America. Since, people want to hold this old ass man accountable for some shit that he supposedly did 30 years ago. I don't know if he did it. I don't support Bill Cosby, period. I don't even, I don't really like some of the shit that he said in the past, but I'm not going to completely condemn a person for some shit that people are accusing him of and nobody actually has proof of it. Also, when I ask the questions about it, I'm always being called, I'm blaming the victim or I'm deflecting. Why would women go into a known married man's house? Why? There has to be a reason. Someone said, well, I engaged into a comment or into a post and it turned real, and it got hectic. And I'm being considered I'm supporting a rapist. I'm deflecting and I'm blaming the victim. Personally, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just trying to get to the bottom and get a better understanding of what's going on. I mentioned that if I'm going to do everything I can to make sure my daughter doesn't do anything like this or has a problem like this. And even if I can't prevent it, hopefully she will let me know, and I won't be waiting on no motherfucking police to do anything. I'll take care of the job myself. But overall, I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to train her to handle the situation to her best of ability. To protect yourself and how to deal with certain individuals. You shouldn't be certain people. You shouldn't be dealing with in the first place, especially if they're married. That's just a bad situation. Like somebody said, well, if you don't want to be accused of rape, then you shouldn't hang around women with vaginas, or women because they have vaginas, or some shit this person said. And I was like, well, shit, I don't be around women no way, because I don't really have time to be being accused of anything. I got 2 children I got to raise, and there's already enough deadbeat dads, niggas that's gay, niggas that's in jail, niggas that don't even want to be fathers. So I can't afford to be or put myself in a compromising position to be taken away from my children. Outside of all that, if he's guilty, hang that nigga, and that's that. Because all this culture, this rape, this these, it's like all these black women have jumped on this feminist support America shit, because if he's guilty, he's guilty. But motherfucking the damn Jared Subway guy, nobody said too much shit about that shit. You motherfucking the motherfucking Glee singer, he just got pornography charges, and ain't nobody saying shit about that. You know what I'm saying? When men get raped or bullied, or not even bullied, just raped or trying to protect themselves in jail, nobody speaks on that type of shit. Or a man getting raped by a woman, like that shit can't happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's always some one-sided shit, and they always try to call men sexist on certain things, but now a lot of you women are acting very feminist about this situation. I'm not on the man's side. I don't even fuck with Bill Cosby. What I'm saying is you gotta look at the facts, you gotta look at the shit overall, look at the shit in whole context. I'm not saying support him, I'm not saying agree with what he did, if he did it or not. What I'm saying is put all the shit on the table and look at it from a larger scope, and just don't take what they said. Because a lot of people said Jesus exists. A lot of people said that black people weren't shit. A lot of people said that, we was 3/5 of a human or 3/4 of a human. A lot of people said that I wouldn't make it to 16 years old. There's a lot of things a lot of people say all the goddamn time, but that doesn't necessarily make that shit right and exact. So overall, I really want to see how this thing carries out. I don't appreciate being called a supporter of all this shit, or a supporter of Bill Cosby, or whatever the case may be. I love black women. I love black women. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, these are chains that don't mean shit to some people, but I love black women. And I don't want to see black women getting raped, but we got to understand where that shit came from. And if we don't look at it from that perspective, then you'll never really understand white supremacy or all this shit. Motherfuckers be claiming that they about the black power shit, but then they want to just hop all on this weird shit, talking about Bill Cosby did this, or what he did or what he didn't do, but you don't have no real proof. We're still taking this information from who? The media, the news, the people who lie about shit all the time, the people who lied about 9/11, the people who lied about the world ending and all kinds of other shit. These people lie all damn day long. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same judicial system that they can all of a sudden acquit and charge Bill Cosby for some things that he did 30 years ago, but they can't put a cop in jail for murdering a black man. Period. You got these 150 people, white men taking over a building with guns. Black people wouldn't be able to do that. The last time black people had that many guns, it was walking into a fucking federal building, was when the Black Panthers did it, and all the white people were afraid that the end was coming. And then they changed the law because the Black Panthers knew the law, and they said, this is some shit we got to change, and they changed the law. So ultimately, that's the shit that it is. We can't be sitting here blaming. We don't have the full facts, and these white people can go anywhere and do anything. It's not even up to us to compare white and black anymore. We already know what it is. It's every day you turn on the TV, even though I don't got cable, every day you open every time you open any social media or anything, you see the same shit. Black man murdered by the police. Black people murdered by this or some other weird shit. And, the white man got away, or the white man didn't get murdered. They shot him in his arm. Or the white people can march and hold their guns and point them at the police and nothing happens. A black man holds a fake gun at the police, and they murder him. They didn't know it was a fake gun. The black man holds a fake cell phone, and they think it's a gun, and they mistakenly shoot him because they think it's a gun. Black man in Walmart walks around with a BB gun, and they shoot him. You know what I'm saying? There's so much other shit, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't even make sense. Come to find out, Tamir Rice and Jordan Crawford, those two people were murdered in open carry states. So when I'm saying open carry, that means they can walk around with their gun in their hand regardless of age. You know what I'm saying? It was an open carry state, so it shouldn't have been a reason they get ran up on and get murdered. You understand what I'm saying? Like that, especially if it's open carry state. So ultimately, we starting to see racism spread and come back out. So the Lone Star RBG shit, I don't even gonna deal with that shit, because all that shit is weird to me. I don't even give a fuck about none of them niggas. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, because none of that shit has to deal with me. That shit don't even got nothing to deal with Marcus Garvey. That shit don't even got nothing to do with the flag. Them niggas was weirdos from the get-gate. Them niggas is fat, sloppy, and out of shape already. Them niggas don't even work out. Talk all this revolutionary shit, and I'm hearing that all they do is teach out the living room to kids in the community and always asking for money. I don't know. And that's probably the last piece I'm gonna say on them niggas, because they're not even doing nothing. Like, it's weird. All this shit is weird. So before we start going around blaming people, we need to have all our fucking facts. You know what I'm saying? At least hope to acquire as much information as possible before you start to say he's guilty. You understand what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say. I ain't supporting him. I ain't against him. But I like to look at everything as a whole. I don't like to just, this is what it is because they said it is this way. That's some fake shit.